Yeah, we definitely starting. Yeah, K in the back with the cameras, man. If y'all ain't hear his episode, go back to his episode, man. Value adder. He hold me down. Casey had to go to a function, so Kent came in and said, like, I step up. so I appreciate that, my boy. But yeah, we back with another episode of the FFT podcast. I'm your host, Cool Dex, Smooth Dex, Driver Dex, International Dex, Roller Dex, Cooking Dex, Rapping Dex, Cameraman Dex.
Okay. Damn. Dex with the Dex.
Those my little intros for the show. But also, you know how I do every episode. Once again, shout out to Show Discipline Magazine, the Atlanta-based hip hop magazine for indie artists. Shout out to Show Discipline Magazine. Go to their page, show them love. They got good articles, good writers over there. You know, good links, everything you need. Just check out Show Discipline Magazine. And y'all know how I do. Before I start the episode, also rest in peace to my boy Ravi. Like I said, he passed away on December 21st. So we're gonna keep his name alive. His energy is always here. His energy was never left. So shout out to my boy Ravi. Shout out to his brother Fareed. Shout out to Miss Tammy as well. Got to say that every episode. And then, without further ado, I got my intros out the way. I had to do it real quick. So can y'all please introduce yourselves one by one?
Yes, my name is Bria. I go by Briwoo. I have a hair care line called Spicy Hair Care, and it's just dedicated to keeping things spicy. So that's pretty much it for me.
I'm Doobie. I'm an artist based here in Jersey.
You sing or rap?
I'm a rapper. I rap. I'm a performer artist, so I can, you throw a little tune on. I do a little something.
All right, look, so we're going to battle at the end. She's like, all right, ain't nothing.
Don't threaten me with
right.
a good time.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
But, yeah, so that's what I do. And I shake and move.
All right, so we're going to start with you, Bree. So let's start from the beginning. Where you from, and what kind of got you started in this whole lane of kind of just being independent and doing things on your own?
Definitely. I'm from Newark, and after, moving, going to high school and everything, I came to Union County, and from there I started, attending high school, of course, but going to college, and ever since then, I was just like, okay, independence is definitely a big deal for me. I like to have my own and do my own thing. And then when it came to hair care, I noticed a lot of people were doing it, but you always see that saying, like, things may be oversaturated, but there's a bunch of different brands, so, how do you stick out? So that was pretty much why I decided to go into that lane, and so far I love it. Being an entrepreneur is fun, it has its challenges, but at the same time, it's something that I learn from every day, so.
What were some of the biggest challenges you faced starting off? And how did you go about getting a product? Did you make it? Did you how did the whole process go about?
The biggest challenge was just getting the whole thing set up and started, having that support. It comes naturally. People, if they support you, then they're going to buy your product. But making myself credible and convincing people that this is a product that they should buy, that was the hardest thing, because everybody has like a edge tamer or oil, but what makes mine stand out? Definitely when it came to that, it was super hard at first, but it's been cool. And I actually started with a vendor. I don't make the products by hand because that's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I'm like, are you coming up with these concoctions yourself?
Oh no,
I was about to say, all right.
No, I have a vendor who catered to hair issues like my own, so dry scalp and things like that. It definitely catered to that. So
you targeting like all kind of people with hairs, or just like our specific people with your products?
Yeah, I mean, everyone can purchase it, but I noticed that it is catering more to African Americans, women, a lot of men who purchase it. They use the oils for like their beards.
So I might have to get some of that.
Yeah,
I might have to get some from my edges up here. We got to throw a little bit.
Spicy does not discriminate. So yeah.
All right, look, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? My men out there, listen, go out there and get the product. For real. We're gonna put the link on the video as well. And also, so when you I say got it rolling. What was some of the moment you realized, like, you know what, this is it, like I'm really doing it, like my product is actually doing this thing, or I should say, when did you like really pop it off? Like, was it this year, last year?
So It launched March 2020, but I was already like planning it and in the works since January 2020. And I think once we got to like that 6-month mark, that's when I realized, okay, this is a product that people really are swearing by. Because everybody's like, oh, I use this, I use that. I swear by it. I started to have customers say, yo, this is that product.
Those
for
are
me.
repeat customers.
Yep, repeat customers. And that's what I love the most, having like that relationship with them.
I was about to say customer service. How you know about that? Like, is that important to you, or is it?
It's super important. I know there's one customer I had when I first started. That's like before I knew which envelopes to use and mail things out in. And I just sent something and she got the product like damaged. So I was like, oh my God, I was petrified.
Yeah, I was
I'm like,
about to
this
say,
is
oh shit.
yeah, it was one of my first sales, but she was so understanding, and I used that as a teaching moment. Like, okay, so this is what you have to do moving forward, and the way I handled it, she was just so impressed. So.
Yeah, I was about to say, because customer service is big, especially in the field that you're in. I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you don't talk to the people, you will never know.
Right.
You will never know if they really mess with your product or not. And also, people, you need to tell the person as well. Don't just talk about them. Tell them, like, hey, look, your product wasn't this. This wasn't what I was looking for, because we would never know if you don't tell us.
Exactly.
As well. So we're going to come back to you. So we're going to slide over to you. Oh, nah. Don't shy up now. Oh.
I'm not shy. Trust
oh. So
right.
I'm not sure.
All right. So for you, so when did you start? Oh,
doing music?
Yes.
So I kind of started doing music. I think I started taking it serious maybe like 16 or 17. Prior to that, I guess I kind of got into it. I used to write poems, like poetry, but it was just like. One day somebody was like, nah, this is like too hard to be like a poem. I'm like, nah, I'm just writing poems. So I went in a booth and did it. I actually did a diss track. My first song I ever recorded was a diss track. So
wait. Who you was dissing? You was dissing the whole city?
Not the whole city. It was like, you know how you got like when you in high school, it's like that crew and then this crew. So it was like a crew of girls I didn't like. So I just recorded it on every dude voicemail and was just going in. Like I called this bald-headed girl Tommy Pickles.
Yo.
I was just going off. Just young and
yo, that's funny as hell.
Young and wow.
It's usually everybody's first song is about some bullshit. You say, nah, this one gonna be a diss.
That was the first one, and I had to. I didn't even know anything about studios and stuff, so I had first recorded it on like 5 dudes answer machine just with the beat in the back, like you know how we used to like, hey, this is so like I had the rap like that.
Yeah, because we all had the little songs on our voicemails back in the day and whatnot. Yo, what the hell? So your first song was a diss. So what was your next song? Was it a positive like club song? Like I don't even. I
honestly couldn't tell you what my next song. I don't remember what the next song after that was.
So what was the moment people realized like you actually can do this? You like they taking you serious.
I think that when I took myself serious,
that's when they started to see.
I always book my own shows. I have no problem like reaching out to DJs. I've always put in that legwork and footwork myself. You know, I didn't wait for a manager or something. So there would be times I would have like 5 shows a week, and everybody's and like,
you booked,
how are you doing this? Like they thought I had a manager, and I'm like, nah, this is you
going out there getting it yourself.
Right.
And I was about to say, was that hard doing that, or was that was kind of your mindset going into it?
It wasn't easy, but I didn't necessarily label it as hard. I just think I just did kind of what was necessary, like it just was a part of my lifestyle. Like I've always was like, either I was in school, had a job, then I knew at night I had to do my show, that was just kind of my schedule. I had to have something set up. So
and did you get a lot of pushback from men kind of being intimidated that she out here by herself doing her thing? Like did you experience any of that?
Nah, I'm kind of rough around the edges,
so they kind of accept it.
I don't think I mean I've had moments, definitely as a woman, we there's moments where men will try to get one over, get one up because they think they can do that.
Exactly.
But yeah, they tried, but
yeah, they definitely
none of them succeed.
No.
He said, like, none of them succeed out here.
No.
But look, and also something I started when I first started this podcast. It was 3 goals. It was normalizing, put in perspective, and reality check it. So for both y'all, can y'all kind of normalize in both y'all feels that, hey, look, like, this is what we're doing. Like, it needs to be accepted and appreciated. So how would you go about normalizing and telling somebody out there like it's okay to do what we're doing out here. It's okay to be on your own. It's okay to make music. It's okay to book your own shows. It's okay to create your own brand.
I just think that you have to encourage people with what fits for their lifestyle. I think a lot of time people try to push their ideas where they're like, oh, you know, you're not a boss if you work for somebody. But like, we've had to get to that point, you know,
you had
like
to work with somebody
to be able to do that. You had to put in that legwork where before you were doing this or doing that. So I think the advice that you give people needs to, you know, just work around their lifestyle. Like, you're not going to tell a college student who just moved on their own, like, you a boss, fuck that job. Like, nah, I got to pay the rent, you know, so.
Got to work for somebody.
Right.
And for you as well.
For me, I'm trying to see, because what would I normalize? When it comes to hair care and beauty, period, I think society has its own standards.
Exactly.
So I would say normalize whatever people want to do with their hair, with their look. Especially in the workplace, I think we should definitely
the workplace, that's a big thing.
Yeah, like the natural hairstyle should definitely be normalized and just...
Because in New York, they allow dreads for them to have dreads. Because at one point, you wasn't allowed to have, like, natural hair dreads when you were in the workplace. So now I think that's a thing now, right?
Yeah, something was passed. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, exact thing. That's even exactly.
Yeah.
Because for our people, it's like, come on, we already checked off when we walk in the door, it's black. Then we checked off for not having this. Now for my hair...
it's just another restriction, so definitely that's it.
No, and to kind of go back to that topic of being restricted, are there times do you felt like you guys were restricted from doing X, Y, and Z because you are a woman in your field?
I think you could definitely speak to that.
Restricted because we're women.
Yeah.
We're women.
Because I feel like now we're starting to see a lot of women that's really creating. Versus men.
Absolutely.
So that's why I like to highlight that. So, but also there are, really downfalls of that. So do you feel like you ever were kind of held back?
Yeah, there's definitely been times that I've been restricted or I wasn't given the proper opportunities because I am a woman, or one thing that bothers me is like every year there'll be like a bunch of dudes like, oh, I need who's like, what female is doing this? We need to put, it's like they want to all do kumbaya for the day. What females are really working. And it's like, you've seen the same women doing the same thing for years, like, so there's definitely restrictions in any field that you're in. It's just up to you to kind of break that barrier, to break that restriction and let people know, this is me, this is what I'm doing, like, take it or leave it. So
I like that, take it or leave it. That's the big one, take it or leave it. So kind of I want to go back a little bit with the both of y'all. Kind of, I guess, talk about the upbringings for y'all. Like, what was your upbringings like coming up? Because like I said, I'm from Central Jersey, so for y'all it's a little different growing up.
Central Jersey.
Yeah, Central Jersey is a thing.
Because some people say it don't exist.
Where's Central Jersey?
Central Jersey is from Trenton on down.
That's like South Jersey to me, though.
Trenton is South Jersey.
Everybody got their own.
That is not South Jersey.
Trenton is South Jersey.
And I'm here by myself, but it's like it's like y'all ain't got no backup. But no, it's Trenton is Central because it's up here.
So what's South Jersey? Philly?
No.
For real?
No, South Jersey is Bordentown, Willingboro. That's all South Jersey, like Pemberton, all that. Central Jersey is the Trenton area. I disagree with
go
yeah.
Hey, see, and the dudes I used to do a podcast with, they said the same thing. Like, no, we are in like South Jersey. I'm like, isn't it 3 parts or something? So it's the north.
But if there is a central, it would be like here, right? Like here, and
I think Central is.
Central really?
Central to me starts at like. Ends at like. Maybe like. Maybe like one of the beaches, maybe like red. Like I feel like Central ends down like there, or you think it goes?
Ain't that like West Jersey?
No, no. Okay, now he's bugging out. Yeah, he's bugging.
That's like West Jersey or something. I don't know, but like.
He tried it.
Like, no, for it's Central Jersey.
I'm about to start telling people that. Where you from? West Jersey?
Look, they ain't never heard of it before. You feel me? But nah, it's north, and then it's central, and then then it's south. Like, y'all give
I
me
just
that.
don't think this is an argument that, I don't know.
However, we did come up North Jersey to go to the clubs. We did come up to the scene. To do things. Oh, that's another question. How come for y'all it's like it seems like there's more opportunities up here than versus Central Jersey? Because because y'all close to New York, in a sense. So do you feel like it's easier making connections up here versus like South Jersey?
Yes, very much so.
How?
Y'all don't come out the house. For real.
That's true. That is true. That's why I'm laughing like that, because we really don't come out the house.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's our thing though. It's like we kind of connect. I can't even defend you on that one, man. I'm trying. I'm trying to defend Central Jersey, y'all. It's not helping.
Central/South Jersey.
Central South West Jersey.
I'm definitely trying to.